The analyses of the composition and structure of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere, their interactions with electromagnetic radiation, and the effects of those interactions on average temperatures on our planet provide an ideal context to introduce and apply central chemical concepts using our systems thinking educational framework. These concepts include light-matter interactions and electronegativity, partial charge, bond polarity, and molecular polarity. This context allows chemistry teachers to reinforce the idea that the submicroscopic structure of matter determines its physical and chemical properties. It creates opportunities for students to analyze data to infer relevant patterns, develop and apply molecular models to predict and explain behaviors, analyze the differential global warming effects of different types of substances based on their molecular structure, and use this information to evaluate strategies to reduce these effects. In the example lesson, students begin their explorations by analyzing the emission spectra of the Sun and our planet, and then use this knowledge to build an initial system map in which they identify major atmospheric components and their interactions. In the next phase, students are introduced to the concepts of bond polarity and molecular polarity, and use an interactive tool to infer the polarity of different chemical entities in the atmosphere. Later in the lesson, students explore how these properties determine whether molecules absorb infrared radiation and thus may contribute to global warming. Once students model and understand the phenomena of interest, they engage in activities that help them recognize system-level properties and behaviors that emerge from the interactions between components. For example, they analyze the emission and absorption spectra of relevant entities to infer their global warming potential. In the last stages of the lesson, students make decisions and suggest actions to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Finally, the summative assessment for this lesson demands that students apply what they have learned to identify and analyze the properties of other substances with potential global warming effects.